Okay, under this theory, this equation is very important. You should note down this. MV is equal to PT or P is equal to MV by T. Please make a note of it. M is what? Money supply. V is velocity of money. P is prices. T is transaction, right? So now, keeping P here, if you take this T this side, that is towards your left hand side, then you get this equation, right? You put this T in denominator and you get this equation, that is P is equal to MV by T, right? Okay, so like other commodities, the value of money. So we are basically trying to find out how the value of money changes or how the price level changes, right? With the supply, with the change in the supply of money, right? So as like any other commodities, the value of money will be decided according to the supply of money and the demand for money, right? Okay. So in equilibrium, you must remember this is a hypothetical assumption. In equal, this is a very ideal situation. In equilibrium, always we consider supply is equal to demand, right? Supply is equal to demand for many, or the total value of money expenditure in all transaction is equal to total value of all items transacted, right? So here, now that equation, you must remember that equation here, that is MV is equal to, what did we study? PT, right? Price and transaction. So MV is equal to PT. Yeah, here you have your that equation. So here if you T na E kade right left hand side al karstre, you know, you put this T under denominator alva. T na this is a maths rule. You must all be aware. Little bit maths you must all be knowing, right? If you put this T here, then T goes into denominator. Numerator al hogala. It is always put into denominator. Then you get this equation. Then where so the same thing you will also have to do in your exam, right? You'll have to write like what is each letter representing in your equation. So M is what? M is quantity of money. Then V is transaction. I mean, sorry, velocity of money or the transaction velocity. Velocity andre ಏನು? Can anyone tell me? Velocity explain ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಬುಡ್ಡೆ ಸಾಬ್ ನೆನ್ನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಇಂದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ, ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಸಾರಿ. And P is price level, right? T is the total goods and services transacted, right? So this is the total transaction. T andre total transaction. Okay. So this equation is very important under this theory. Please keep your videos on and please do make a note of all these things, whatever I'm explaining now. So what do we get to know in this equation, by this equation? That the price depends on, is directly proportional to the quantity of money, right? Money supply in the economy. As the supply increases, the quantity of money increases, the prices increases, right? Okay, Just a quick glance at the explanation part of this equation. So the equation of exchange is an identity equation. MV is identically equal to PT, right? It means, please wait for a moment, I'll plug in my charger. Okay, so it means that in the exposed or factual sense, the equation must always be true, right? That is what I said. Identically, this equation must always be true. That is, MV is equal to PT. The equation states the fact that the actual total value of all money expenditure always equals the actual total value of all items sold. So this is MV is actual total value of all money expenditure. So this is supply actually, and PT is what? Actual total value of all items sold, right? That is the demand, right? This is what we saw here, right? Earlier, supply is equal to demand. Total value of money expenditure. Total value of all items transacted, right? So here we're talking about total money expenditure, but here it is all about total value of all items transacted. Okay, so what is spent for purchase MV and what is received for sale PT are always equal. So you'll have to always equate them, and they should always be equal, right? Under equilibrium, they will always be equal. Right? What someone spends must be received by someone, right? So why is this? Why should they be equal? Yak equal ಇರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು spend ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು money, what someone spends must be received by someone, right? It will be received by someone, right? For example, a person A is spending some money, say 5 rupees, and the person B, C, or someone, anyone here can, any person. So that person will obviously receive this money, right? The money which is spent will be received by some or the other person, right? That 5 rupees will go to somebody. That is for sure, right? That's why we say that these are equal. And these should be equated. What someone spends must be received by someone, right? In this sense, the equation of exchange is not a theory but rather a truism. So Irving Fisher, so Fisher's full name, Irving Fisher, used the equation of exchange to develop the classical quantity theory of money. So he used this equation of exchange. Whatever we studied, that equation is called as equation of exchange. That is, MV is equal to what? PT, right? This equation is called what? Equation of exchange. How are the goods and quantities, goods and services exchanged, right? So this is called as equation of exchange. Please do make notes of all this. Jot down these points in your notebook. So he used this equation to develop a classical quantity theory of money. So this equation is used to develop this theory, quantity theory of money. That is a causal relationship between money supply and the price level, right? On the assumption that in the long run, under full employment condition, so he has made this assumption, right? Long run to assumption one. ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್, ಲಾಂಗ್ ರನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. whenever you using this run ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಫುಲ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಮೆಂಟ್ assumption ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, full employment condition, total output T does not change and the transaction velocity of money, velocity ಅಂದ್ರೆ V, right, is a stable. So in long run ಅಲ್ಲಿ total output will not change under full employment condition. This total output does not change and the transaction velocity of money is stable, right? Fisher was able to demonstrate a causal relationship between money supply and price level. So he tried, actually Fisher tried to find out the relationship between money supply and price level, right? He has given us the relationship, how the price level will change with the change in supply of money, right? This is what we study under inflation, right? Inflation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಇದೇ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಂತ. So in this way Fisher concludes, so the conclusion of Fisher, the level of price varies directly with quantity of money in circulation provided the velocity of circulation of that money and the volume of trade which it is obliged to perform are not changed. So he says that the level of price varies, price vary ಆಗುತ್ತೆ directly with the quantity of money, direct relationship ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಇನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಇನ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ದಿಸ್ ಯು ಮಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ಅದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ಆ ಮನಿದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದರೆ ಪ್ರೈಸಸ್ಸು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೈಸ್ ವರ್ಸ, ಪ್ರೊವೈಡೆಡ್ ದ ವೆಲಾಸಿಟಿ, ಓಕೆ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಹಿಯರ್, provided the velocity of circulation of that money and the volume of trade which it is obliged to perform are not changed. So evade factor change ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು in this case, right? What is that? Velocity of money and the volume of transaction, right? So T and V should not change. Only then the price will change according to the change in the quantity of money, right? So try to recall this again, this equation. ಈ ಥಿಯರಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದೇ ಈ equation ಮೇಲೆ. So this equation is the heart of this theory. You must not miss out on this equation. So everything is on this equation. So he says that the price P will depend on changes in M provided this V and T are constant. ಇವೆರಡು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. So at that time P will change according to the M. If there's changes in these two, then the relationship may not be that good as it would be when these are stable, right? Thus, the classical quantity theory of money states that V and T being unchanged, so these two should be unchanged. Changes in money causes direct and proportional changes in price level. So there is direct and proportional change in the price level with change in money, right? So thus the equation of exchange becomes this. Oh, where are we? Okay, we've done here. Here we are. So Fisher further extended. So he has extended this equation further. He tried to include now what? Bank money, right? Bank money is what? M dash, alva? M dash bank money and their velocities. Velocity is V. V dash. Bank money velocity ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು V dash ಅಂತೀವಿ. So now we are making little changes to this equation. We are trying to include what? M dash and V dash. Though it does not make much difference to the equation, but we'll just see. Okay. Thus the equation becomes like this. Now if you include this m dash and v dash, so you can see m dash and v dash are included in this equation. Here is what you put in. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಇದು m dash ಮತ್ತೆ v dash value. Okay, you need to add it with mv is equal to pt. Then again same p na ille hitkondo t na you can put it, transport it this side, left hand side alli. Then you get this p is equal to what, mv is equal to mv plus m dash v dash by t. So here he is trying to include the bank money, right? Bank money, and that is the deposits in bank, and with what velocity it is happening, right? With what speed. So thus, according to Fisher, the level of general prices, so P, depends exclusively on 5 definite factors. So you must remember, there are 5 factors on which the P depends. And what are those factors? One is M. M is what? Volume of money in circulation, or quantity of money, we can say. P is what? Velocity of circulation. So velocity. Then third factor is M dash. M dash andre bank deposits, right? V dash andre velocity of circulation. That is M dash to the bank deposit to velocity, right? Then T is volume of trade or transaction. How many hands is it changing? The money is changing how many hands? In how many hands the money is going, right? Different hands. So that determines the total trade or the total transaction, you can say. And with which speed it is going, that will tell you the velocity. Okay. Okay, we'll look at this graph. So this is another important graph. So see, under the explanation of this theory, equation ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಇವೆರಡು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್. ಆ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ನ. ಓಕೆ, ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ. ಸೊ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವರು? ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪಿ. They are again giving us the relationship in the graph mode. Please draw this graph. This is very important. So graph ಮೂಲಕ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಥಿಯರಿನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೇರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಅಸ್ ದ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ with change in money supply. So you can see there is a direct relationship. So as in how the money supply is increasing, the P will also increase. The prices will increase, right? ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? Can anyone tell me? It's simple, right? Money supply ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ಆರ್ ಇಕಾನಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮನಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮನಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ರೆಡಿ ಟು ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ the prices goes up, right? Our income increases, we have more money in our hand, that therefore we are ready to pay more, and therefore the prices increases, right? And you can see the value of money. So there is inverse relationship between money supply and value of money. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ನ ಇವೆರಡನ್ನ ಇವರು ಕ್ಲಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ these are two different graphs. Okay, you must remember. So here we're talking about value of money, right? How they're giving us the relationship between money supply and value of money. So you must remember that price ಮತ್ತೆ value of money ಅಲ್ಲಿ difference ಇದೆ. Value ಅಂದ್ರೆ though the prices may be high, when the prices are going up, then the value of money will decrease. The actual value decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ purchasing power per unit of money will decrease, right? Therefore value of money will decrease. So there is an inverse relationship. Money supply ಹೇಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ value of money decrease ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, right? So this line is what will tell you how the relationship is. If it is going upwards like this, then it is direct relationship. That is, increase in money supply will lead to increase in price. and this curve, if it is going down like this, then there's an inverse relationship. You can see how the money supply increases, then the value of money decreases, right? So we'll quickly look at the explanation part of it, the graph explanation. Okay, here is the explanation. These 2 points. Okay, in figure 1a. So the first figure wherein we were talking about price and money supply, right? The money supply is doubled from OM to OM1, right? The price level is also doubled from OP to OP1. I'll show you this in the graph. So you can see money supply has doubled from OM to OM1, right? This is M, this is M1. Illi, the price level has also doubled, same. OP to OP1, right? Then price level is also doubled from OP to OP1. When money supply is halved from OM to OM2, the price level is also halved from OP to OP2. We'll see this. So see, so when it is half, OM in the money supply half money supply ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ it is OM2, right? Half ಅಂದ್ರೆ exactly in between ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ point. So M2 will give you that half, right? So the money supply is now decreased. Decrease ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ OM ಇಂದ OM2 ವರೆಗೂ decrease ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ prices ಕೂಡ decrease ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, right? P ಇಂದ P2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ price ಕೂಡ half ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, right? So price curve P is equal to function of F is function, okay, function of money supply, M is money supply, is 45-degree line. So that's a 45-degree line showing a direct proportional relationship between money supply and price level, right? So now we'll look at the, is it clear? So that's it under this, the first, that is it under the first graph explanation. Now we'll look at the second graph explanation.
O ಮತ್ತು x ಬರಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಏನು?
O ಮತ್ತು x ಬರಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ.
Sorry.
X ಮತ್ತು y.
XY. Okay, XY place ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು X axis. Okay. So this is understood. ಇದು ಬರೆಯೋದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. If you want to write, you can write it, but it is understood. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋದು horizontal line is always X axis ಅಲ್ವಾ? Then ಮೇಲಿರೋದು vertical line is always Y axis. Okay, this is understood actually. ಇದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸತಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. This is actually for your basic understanding. When we start economics start ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಎರಡು ಬಿಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಮೇಡಮ್ ಇದನ್ನ.
ಏನು?
ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಬಿಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಮೇಡಮ್.
ಹಾ ಎರಡು ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇವೆರಡು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ರಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಬರಿಬೇಕು. This is always understood, okay? You must remember this. Horizontal line andre X axis, vertical line andre Y axis. Okay. So I'll quickly explain this and then we'll wind up, okay? The time is up, I think. Okay, so the second graph explanation, when the money supply is doubled from OM to OM1. We just saw OM in the OM1 ಗೆ money supply double ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, OM1 ಅಲ್ವಾ? So the value of money is halved from O1 to OP to O1 by P1. I'll show you this. Yes. So money supply M in the M1 ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಡಬಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So this is getting double. Then what happens? Price decrease ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರೈಸು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಒ ಪಿ ಐ ಮೀನ್ 1/p ಇಂದ 1/p1 ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ. ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಈ M1 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ನ ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಗೆ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ y ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಟಚ್ ಐ ಮೀನ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಇದನ್ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ p ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, p1. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಹೇಗೆ ಮನಿ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಸೊ this shows that there is a inverse relationship. The value of money is decreasing, right? Okay, you want to see it lastly, I'll give you time, okay, if you want to draw this. I'll just explain this, then after. Okay, time is also up. I'll wind it up quickly. Okay, so the value of money is halved from this OP to OP1, and when the money supply is halved from OM to OM2, money supply half ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, M ಇಂದ M2 ಹೋದ್ರೆ, so that time the value of money is doubled. ಅವಾಗ value of money double ಆಗುತ್ತೆ from OP to OP2. money supply ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆದ್ರೆ value of money ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, right? So the value of money curve, that is 1/p is equal to function f ಅಂದ್ರೆ function of n is a, so there is a inverse ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ p ನ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ denominator, this shows that there is an inverse relationship. Okay, is a rectangular hyperbola curve showing an inverse relationship between the money supply and value of money. So inverse relationship. Now I'll show you this graph. If you want to make a note of it, you can just draw this. We're done with the rest of the things. Yeah, please make a note of this graph, and if there's any doubt you can ask me. Once you finish with this, please let me know. We'll wind up the class. We're done for today. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ ಇದನ್ನ? ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ.
ನಮ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪರ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪರ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ?
ಯಾವಾಗ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾ? ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಂದಿರೋದು. ಇದು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ವೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಸಾರಿ, ಹೇಳಿ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ತುಂಬಾ.
ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪರ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದು.
ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪರ್ ಹಾ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ.
ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಹಾಗೆ. ಇದು ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ ರಿನ್ಯೂವಿಂಗ್. ಹೇಗೆ ನಾನು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ವೈಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ಯಾವ ಯಾವ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ
ಯಾವ
ಅಟೆಂಟಿವ್.
ರೀತಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್?
ಅದೇ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದು ಫ್ರೆಶರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವರು. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದು ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಣದ ಪರಿಮಾಣಾತ್ಮಕ, ಬರೀರಿ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಹಣದ ಪರಿಮಾಣಾತ್ಮಕ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಕ್ಕಿರುವ ನಗದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನವನ್ನು ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷಿಸಿ. ಹಣದ ಪರಿಮಾಣಾತ್ಮಕ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಕ್ಕಿರುವ ನಗದು ವ್ಯವಹಾರದ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನವನ್ನು ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿ. ಈ ತರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಇದನ್ನೇ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದೇ ಈ ಥಿಯರಿದು ಏನು ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್, ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕವನ್ನು ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಈ ಥಿಯರಿನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಈ ಥಿಯರಿನ ಯಾರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋದಂದ್ರೆ ಇವರು ಫಿಶರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ದಿ ಇದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಗ್ರಾಫು, ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಈಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕವನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಈ ಥಿಯರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದು. Okay, so we'll wind up. If there's any more doubt, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll close. Okay then. Thank you. We'll see you all next class.